Hey guys, I'm back with another episode of Mental Wealth. This podcast is used to express thoughts, experiences, and lessons. I aim to be as transparent as possible. If you enjoy an episode, please don't forget to like, comment, and tell a friend. Thank you. Hey guys, welcome back to Mental Wealth. In today's episode, I plan to talk about politics. Politics isn't really my topic. As you can see, I just got out of church. That's why I'm all snazzy and stuff looking. I clean up nice. But politics isn't one of my favorite topics because no matter what you say, people hate you. If you agree with them, there's gonna be a crowd of people that hate you. If you disagree with people, they're gonna hate you. What I will say about politics, and this is what I've learned from growing up, politics is really just meant to divide people. I just can't see it any other way. For the most part, people, when it comes to politics, people only think about the things that they have differently. People think about things where they're not alike, and it it makes the society get really far away from the things that actually matter. I might be saying this just because I got out of church, but I mean, at the end of the day, the Bible always even talks about loving your neighbor and stuff. And I think this concept should definitely be incorporated into society because you shouldn't hate someone because of their beliefs. We were put here and people have different beliefs, and that's just how things are happening. If you have different experiences shape beliefs. So if I have different experiences from someone, of course our beliefs will be different. I think the problem comes in because people hate people based off of that. And at the end of the day, neither one of the politicians know either person. The parties don't know you, people don't know. So it's like we're almost arguing about things that constantly don't matter, especially if you're black or white or whatever. I can even just think about myself and majority of my white friends and stuff growing up. Like, of course, me being a black man in America, I've experienced some form of racism, but racism isn't the biggest thing affecting black people in America and just everybody. It's just like I think blaming a lot of stuff on racism is irresponsible. It's completely irresponsible because there are a lot of issues that race isn't really involved in, and it's just how people are. Let me even think about, like, for the most part I was raised in the non politics house. I wouldn't say it was non-politics, but my family wasn't hell bent on politics and making sure you vote Democratic or Republican. My mom has always pushed making sure you push your own belief and just following whatever you believe in. It wasn't more so you support this party and we will support this party unconditionally because of various factors that play. And even just thinking about politics, this has made me understand that, what is it, like 435 what house of was it congressmen or House of Representatives or something like that. Then you have 100 congressmen. That's what, two for every state. Well, 100 senators. There's that, two for every state. So I think a lot of people, even the three branches of government, I think a lot of people don't understand, and this might be because we had a lot of football coaches teaching history, that a lot of people don't understand economics, history, the government, or any of it. Even civics. I think this is more so civics or whatever. But first off, people don't understand the economy. People don't understand. It's a lot we don't understand. And I think this is partly by how society is designed. I mean, for the most part, we don't understand a lot of things that we argue about. And that's another reason why I'm making this episode, because I think there should be a time where people try to understand each other and not push each other away. I mean, I get on Facebook. I don't have a Facebook account, but I look at my mom's and I just see other people just scrolling through Facebook and seeing people arguing with each other based off of politicians that don't know either one of you. You have family members that are blocking each other and cutting people off. Immediately the day after the election, I wake up and check Instagram. Everybody's story is, if you voted for such and such, make sure you unadd me. And for a lot of things, what I've learned and what has really helped me grow is not taking things personal. I think the more personal we make things, the harder it is for you to get over a situation and not be able to think of it objectively. We get caught up so much with the information or facts, even just looking at how social media has played a role in this. I mean, you have both parties. I can't even say one party did it or the other party did it, but they have made sure they cut up just the right parts of interviews or various clips just to make one candidate look way worse than the other, and both parties have done it. They have, it's literally been a finger pointing game, and I'm like, we've really gotten far away from actual politics. I don't know. I don't. This might be how politics has always worked, and now that I'm old enough, I'm able to understand what is going on, or at least try. But even just thinking about people, you have a lot of people that were single issue voters. They only cared about one issue. And people will hate you for just caring about one issue. You could have agreed with everything else in one party, but you just disagree with this, so you voted for the other party or whatever. And people hate you over that. I even when I go back and think about when what is it when Trump his second time running, because I think this was the third time, but even when I think about Trump's second time running, and I just think about how me and one of my friends got into it, and this is one of my buddies, we basically grew up with each other and stuff, and just thinking about just how like it kind of shifted our friendship for just even that moment. And then now we look back on it the other day, we went out for lunch and we are just laughing about it. And I was like, bro, these people don't care about either one of us. Like, what did that even matter for? And it just once again, we don't even sit back and think about, all right, you're arguing with somebody who you guys grew up in the same neighborhood as you, you're basically on the same economic status. You're basically the same, and you just only think about black and white, or I'm different, or you're a man and I'm a woman. And I hate that about times like this. I really do, and it makes you see that people hold on to politics. I also believe people hold on to politics because they have no religion, so you have nothing that grounds you. So I think when you ground yourself in politics and it doesn't go your way, it's hard to to even navigate after that. And I can understand it from that perspective. I just think what was I always told, you never talk about money, politics, or religion. And the older I got, I completely see why. Because people hate you for all three. You can see even billionaires. People hate majority of billionaires. Well, majority of billionaires that I look at, majority of them are self-made. So that means they did not start off with $1 billion. They just had an idea. And I think the everyday person probably has a $1 billion idea they just never took a chance on. So even when I think about the whole gripe for hating billionaires, I'm like, there's literally just a man that just took a chance on his dream and didn't let anything stop him. I I think if everybody had that mindset of just chasing their dreams and just following their just chasing their dreams, and you wouldn't look at a bill, you wouldn't just hate somebody for somebody making their dream come true. And just it makes me think about a lot of things, how people don't, even relationships with people, wow, just we can be so close and our relationship can be perfect, but just because I voted differently than you, I'm an idiot and so forth. I don't know, but I do believe politics has did exactly what it's designed to do, and that's separate the classes. I believe America really has a class issue. It's more so not about race; it's more so about class, and we have yet to realize that. And I think it's definitely designed like that too, because I mean, you don't want the majority of the population to sit up one day and realize that they're a lot more similar than they are different. And once again, it goes into loving your neighbor and just be, even just like now, even when I just got out of church, my pastor even talked about it. He was like, you have people knocking on doors for a political candidate, but they didn't knock on doors to spread God. And even just like, this might be because I just did the hurricane interview, but for the most part, I don't see people reach out and even try to spread awareness around times until it is for politicians. People don't care about the homeless. They don't care about, they don't, it's a lot of social issues that exist, but we will push our political candidate or our political party. We don't care. And I think if we focused on our own individual lives and focused on being a better person and a better neighbor, we wouldn't have these problems. And even if you who you didn't want got in office, it still wouldn't affect you if you were actually a contributing member of your community. And not tearing somebody down because they didn't vote exactly how you voted. One of the biggest reasons I believe this happens is because politics have become parts of people's identities now. People identify themselves as I'm a conservative, I'm a liberal, and not who they actually are. Just like when you ask somebody who they are, they might say, I'm a teacher. Instead of saying I'm a what husband. People, when you ask somebody who they are, they usually describe what they do and not who they are. So I think this is part of it. We've gotten far away from self, from worrying about yourself and improving your own life. And I feel by doing this, it makes it all personal and emotional. This is why it's so hard to get over it. It's like, and also what I hate about this too is because people are very forgiving for politicians, but not very forgiving for each other. You still won't be the bigger person and text that friend that you fell out with a year ago, but you can forgive your political candidate for everything they do. I think people's values are starting to get messed up. And I also believe when you take politics this personal and identify this closely with it, this is what makes people opposing views from your own so dangerous. And that's why people takes it as threats. People are so standoffish because of it, because they've taken it so personal. The other person probably didn't. They probably just wearing a hat or wearing a certain shirt. It's probably not even a they're not taking it nearly as personal as you, but since you take it personal, you assume everybody else. I also believe this is different. I mean, this is dangerous because it creates a us versus them mentality. And this is what you don't want. This is completely dangerous for society. This is why we had what January 6th last year. But with the us versus them mentality, you see all opposing views as adversaries and not not where are we coming in common at. It's just where we different. And social media's role in this doesn't really help because they're literally engineering the algorithms to constantly have people in fear or worried about an election. All honesty, I mean, the election has an impact on your life, but more so what you do has an impact on your life. Your ability to wake up every morning and work out, or your daily routine and smoking and drinking and stuff all day, that's a bigger factor than who you voted for. I also believe this probably happened in the last election. It was big, but misinformation and fear mongering. It's just last time Trump won. Well, the first time Trump won, and then I was 16 at the time. I remember I woke up crying because I was like, "We're gonna be slaves again," and I'm like, "Bro, that was." But it's just